Welcome to the reaction to the 4th episode of WANDAVISION. Let's get into it.
What do you mean she has no home?
She came here because we're all...
She came here because we're all what?
What is that?
That's what I would like to know. So it seems like Wanda kicked her out.
Lieutenant Trouble.
That sounded like so it was suggested I rewatch Captain Marvel. That sounded like her. That sounded like, what was her name? Carol Danvers? That was her name, right? So is this when they all came back after?
We're all coming back. We don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
I have to call my wife.
Whoa. I didn't realize we'd go back to this.
Where did you go? Well, I've been in her room since she came back from the surgery. I mean, I might have fallen asleep, but no longer than 20 minutes. Tyler, where's my mom?
It was a lot longer than that.
She died, honey. No, you're mistaken.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. People who, like, their relatives died while they were gone.
My mom is Maria Rambo. Look it up. I mean, look it up. Maria Rambo.
Oh.
Maria died 3 years ago.
So that...
No.
Okay.
No,
Which was 2 years after you...
After I what? After I what?
After you disintegrated. Well, okay. I didn't realize we'd be starting off with that. So is this the little girl then? Her friend's daughter? Right? I'm not the greatest with names. But I swear that was her voice at the beginning. SWORD, Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division. Okay. Observation, that's what I said at the end of the last episode.
Hi, good morning. I work here.
If you did, your badge would work, wouldn't it?
Right.
Dick.
I have a meeting
Hey,
with
you know who this is?
this guy.
Come on, let's get you up.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Been 3 weeks and you're the first to report. Can't say I'm surprised, Captain. The program hasn't been the same since you've been up there, Rambo. Shifted away from manned missions and refocused on robotics, nanotech, sentient weapons, like it says on the door.
It also says observation and response on that door,
Yeah.
not creation.
The world's not the same as you left it.
Well, response. This is the response.
The FBI is in a tizzy over a missing persons case up in Jersey.
Missing persons.
I know, but they've requested use of one of our imaging drones, and I need a chaperone.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm good.
There's no easy way to say this.
It's only been 3 weeks and she's good.
I'm sorry, what?
Terrestrial missions only.
You're kidding.
For how long?
For how long? Whose protocol is this?
Your mother's. Look, I know it's a raw deal, but there is one positive takeaway.
What's that?
She believed you'd come back. You'd be doing me a big favor with this FBI thing, but if you need more time...
Well, that makes me want to cry. Interesting that we're getting so much of, like, the real world stuff now. Westview. Okay. So what was the missing persons case? So who would the missing person be? There we go. It's fake Jim Halpert.
Your missing person is in the witness protection program.
I've contacted known associates, relatives.
And let me guess, none of them have seen him either.
None of them have ever heard of him. Something seemed hinky to me, so I took the first flight out of Oakland to interface with local law enforcement, which is when I encountered a new wrinkle.
What would that be?
Would you mind repeating your claim about Westview to my colleague here?
No such place.
You're saying the town of...
They're literally right in front of the sign.
That's what I keep telling your G-man here, but he won't listen.
Interesting.
And I'm sorry, what town are you from?
Eastview.
Thank you, Sheriff.
If there's an Eastview, why wouldn't there be a Westview?
So you can't reach anyone inside and everyone on the outside has some sort of selective amnesia.
Right.
This isn't a missing persons case, Captain Rambo. It's a missing town. Population 3,892.
Well, that definitely makes it more interesting.
Because it doesn't want me to.
What does that mean? That's not the same one she saw, though.
Why is it that you have an awareness of Westview? Or me, for that matter.
Because you haven't gone in,
Because
maybe?
we are outside of a certain radius, or...
Right.
Wait, where'd it go?
It was right there.
Watch out. You're going to vanish also. Oh, can she see that? Yeah, I think she can.
Some sort of energy field.
I would not touch it.
Watch it.
Does she get sucked in? She does.
Captain Rambo. Captain Rambo!
Holy shit. Hey!
Hey.
What is she doing here?
We're not supposed to talk to each other.
Boy Scout leader, got it.
Why not?
We got the full clown car. That means whatever the threat is, Sword clearly has no idea what they're dealing with.
I'm a chemical engineer.
No one cares.
Grab your gear.
Okay. So they didn't put her here or them here. They're just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, just like me. Got it. Interesting. How is this even happening with this town? And how did Wanda and Vision get in there? Like, how are they part of it? They just keep sending drones in even though they disappear? Did they get them back out?
Is there somewhere a lady could get a cup of coffee? You guys look like you might get down with those little pod things. Horrendous for the environment, you know?
Make your assessment, please.
She hasn't been able to do anything yet.
There are longer wavelengths superimposed over the noise here.
What does that mean?
I got it.
I like finding out that the people outside aren't necessarily like bad guys. I just want to know what the hell's going on.
I need a TV.
So she's the one watching it?
Try to find anything you can on Rambo.
Top it up.
Okay. So is this how he ends up coming up through the sewer grate tunnel thing? Whatever that is. The manhole?
We don't know enough about the nature of the threat to send in another agent when the first is yet to return.
Right.
Someone must really miss you back at Quantico.
No, sir. Softball season's over, sir.
Okay.
Someone get me a useful visual, damn it. What is that?
Her TV.
Who are those people? What are you wearing? Why are they here?
What are you wearing?
Like our anniversary.
That's the first episode.
Look, I know it's been a crazy few years on this planet, but he's dead, right?
Thank you.
Dead.
Excellent plan. Where's the tenderizer?
What am I looking at? You. What is this? Where's this coming from?
Did she like snap? Did Wanda snap after he died? Like, not snap like Thanos snap. Snap like in the head. And so she's like making up a life together?
So you're saying the universe created a sitcom starring two Avengers?
Get me a transport back to headquarters now. Are we recording this?
Starring two Avengers, one of which is dead.
Maybe I could get that coffee now? Or not.
So how's this going to look for her? Just one continuous show that never stops? There we go.
First and foremost, our main objective is to get any intel on Captain Rambo. But originally, this case was a missing person, so we're going to start there.
True. So there's people who actually lived there. Is Vision alive? Thank you.
Harold Proctor is Jones.
You got Isabel Matsueda, cast as Beverly.
Cast as, yeah. Is this where she's pregnant? Oh no, it's her.
What are we looking at here? Is it an alternate reality, time travel, some cockamamie social experiment?
It's a sitcom. A 1950s sitcom.
Right.
But why?
Right.
But listen, I do have an idea.
Please enlighten
You've
us.
seen that radio on Wanda's kitchen counter, right?
Yeah.
Next time she's washing dishes, which by my count happens about once an episode, barf, we'll shoot a signal to that little guy.
Is he the one that went through the radio?
What is it?
What does it look like to you?
Like a retro version of a sword drone?
Bingo.
But how did it change?
Oh, okay. So it changed.
Why'd you colorize it?
I didn't.
Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so fascinating. This is what I've been wanting since the first episode. That's why he asked, who's doing this to you?
Wanda.
She's hearing him.
Pop quiz, Wanda.
So she's going to see that.
That was weird.
What was?
Nothing.
No, 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 no. Everything here is important. And you're not going to see the commercial break and that it's fucking Hydra? Well, that was Strucker watch, but it said Hydra on it. That question on the board, is Vision still alive, has me getting my hopes up. Oh, fuck. Didn't he get like a bunch of bees and he looked like a beekeeper? Oh, to match the time. And it's a jump rope now. Like I used to have when I was a kid. That used to pinch the shit out of you. That has me hopeful that somehow Vision's still alive, but I need to stop because I know he's not. This has to be Wanda coping. The life that she didn't get to have with him.
I can't believe Wanda and Vision are having a baby.
Right?
Heck, I thought about it for sure.
Chips. She's talking about chips.
Jimmy Woo. Get him a
Chips.
tiny little FBI badge.
Chips.
Oh, you took a chip?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Doing great. Look at me. Look at me.
There she is.
Twins. What a twist. But I'm invested.
He was killed by Ultron.
There we go. There we go. Yep.
Who are you?
Wow, this is different.
Yeah. It just glitched to the end.
1 second, Monica is standing right there, and the next she isn't. Someone is censoring the broadcast.
Yeah. Are we going to get to see what really happened?
I don't know.
We are, because this is from a different angle.
Are you?
Oh, and it changed again.
I'm just your neighbor. Then how did you know about Ultron? You're not my neighbor. You're definitely not my friend. And I want you.
Out, yeah. Yeah, Wanda. Different power than what you've used here. So who's censoring it?
Where is Geraldine?
Okay. This is a really good episode. This is what I've been waiting for.
What is it? What's wrong?
Why did I need to do that again?
We don't have to stay here. We could go wherever we want.
No, we can't. This is our home.
Are you sure?
Oh, don't worry, darling. I have everything under control.
Okay.
Monica!
Well, that makes it seem like Wanda's the one doing all this.
It's all
Yeah.
Wanda.
Well, what should we watch tonight?
Wanda has lost her mind. Wow. How, yeah, it keeps changing depending on what we're looking at, like what's happening. I was at the end of this episode. Damn it! Okay, well, that's it. That's officially the episode that has me hooked. That was such a good episode. So the other 3 episodes had parts that had me wanting to come back for more. But the episode as a whole, I wasn't like, super in love with. And I'm surprised that it took this long to get something like this. Like if I were watching this on, like as it came out, like that's kind of a lot to have to go through to get here where you really get some meaty stuff. But again, I mean, maybe everybody else, like it worked for everybody else like it did for me, where there was just enough to keep you wanting to watch the next one. And then now, like, yeah, once I got to this is awesome. So that's what I'm guessing. Before I thought it was observation, which I was right. It wasn't quite, the reason for observing wasn't quite right. Because I thought they were like observing her to find out like what she's capable of. And that's not the case. They were trying to observe, and they were observing through the TV, just what the hell was going on. But yeah, that's my new working theory, is that Wanda, this is a coping mechanism for Wanda after losing Vision. And, everything else that happened. Like, that's what I think is going on. So Wanda's the one censoring it because she deals with things that break through, and then she doesn't want anyone else to know. So she covers it up and then just like does a little glitch and resets it and censors it. Wow. Okay. Now, that said, this is only episode 4, which I know before I was talking about like, okay, like we need to pick this up. We've only got 9 minutes to work with. This is only episode 4 though. And so I feel like it can't be as straightforward as that. So there's got to be something else here. There's got to be something else to it. Otherwise, like, how are we going to get, all the rest of the season, like what, 5 more episodes or whatever out of this? Of just like trying to reach Wanda and like, so I feel like there has to be more to it. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what sort of like twist there is going to be, but I feel like this at least started as a coping mechanism. I could be wrong, I guess, but I don't think so. And I really would love it if Vision was still alive, but I don't think he is. I think this is all stuff she's making up. I feel like she created a version of Vision, and she's created these kids and this life in this town and these neighbors because she knows she's never going to get to have that with him. Which is heartbreaking if that's actually what's happening here. But if that's the case, why, in the form of a sitcom, why broadcast? Why send out a broadcast signal? Why broadcast it for anyone? Why not just live in your own little bubble? Why involve other actual people? And they seem to know, because they were saying we're not, like Herb was trying to tell him something. So they know something. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. And why change through the decades, Like, why do that? What's the purpose of that? So they're definitely, I don't think it's as straightforward. Like, I think the base of it is Wanda's coping mechanism, but it's not as straightforward as that. And there are definitely, even within that, still some mysteries that just don't quite make sense. So, yeah. Okay, this is a good episode. So, I did kind of forget that did we know that little, I guess I don't remember that part of those reactions. Maybe I should have liked Captain Marvel. I know the Patreon member suggested it, but I just have so much going on to like squeeze in a whole extra movie. And like I do remember the little girl, I just don't remember, like I didn't remember her name, but I'm terrible with names anyways. I think I do even remember in my reaction saying something about how like we might see her again when she's grown up or something. But I don't think we did in that one. I don't remember. That's the part I don't remember. Was if we saw her as a grown up in that movie. Or at any other point in time, or if this is like the first time we're seeing her as a grown up. So apologies for that. My memory is a little fuzzy on that part of it, but I do remember the little girl. All right. Well, I was only going to watch one episode. It is now 7 a.m. Close to the time where I'm normally going to bed. But I just want to keep watching, especially now. Especially now that they finally gave me what I've been wanting since the start of the show. I say that like I've been waiting for months for this, but whatever. And fun that she's back in it. I don't remember her name, and they even said it in this. Again, I'm terrible with names. But, from Thor, that she's actually involved. She was the one watching the TV and taking the notes. Yeah. I love that they're as clueless as we are, though. That's a fun twist that I didn't see coming. Just because, like, I'm so used to everyone having, like, a secret agenda and there being all these secret organizations and Hydra running fucking everything that it's nice to have this mysterious entity not be a bad thing. And they're just, like, trying to find out what's going on just the same way as, like, we, the viewer, is. Because they're technically a viewer as well. That's a fun twist that I definitely didn't see coming. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up this one. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for the support. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want access to the full reactions and you want to catch up with them because they have already finished this show, and they are way further along in my Marvel journey in terms of other shows and movies, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below and heading over there. In the description for this, I will have listed where they're at in things, like what other shows I've reacted to and like where I'm at in them if they're still going, what movies I've reacted to, all those things. If you are mostly interested in getting early access to the YouTube versions and or you want access to the Discord server for the channel, you don't even have to mess with Patreon. You can just become a channel member right here on YouTube. If you want to be a casual viewer, that's absolutely cool. Just make sure you hit the subscribe and notification button so you don't miss future reactions when they go out. And if you would leave a like and a comment, because that lets YouTube know that you enjoyed this video and they might also think that others might like it as well. If you don't want to do any of those things, again, that's cool. Hopefully I'll just see you in the next one.